Nihari in the pressure cooker. I love Nihari, and not just for brunch, but any time of day, and a lot of you requested it, so I'm going to show you how to make it today. Now, Nihari is usually cooked on the stovetop over a few hours, but I always make it in the Instant Pot and it comes out great. So I'm going to show you my method for making it quick and easy today. So we start by putting our Instant Pot on saute mode and then adding some vegetable oil. Then we add our beef that's been cut into large cubes and washed, and then we get it a little bit brown. Then we add ginger paste and garlic paste, and these are not even a necessity for Nihari, so if you don't have them, you can skip it. I just like the flavor. Then I'm just going to stir it around a little bit and continue to get the meat brown. Then we're going to move on to adding our shan masala. This is the Nihari mix, and since I have 5 pounds of meat here, I'm going to use 2. And Nihari should be spicy, so I don't recommend that you cut back on the spice here because it could end up being a little bit bland. Now I'm going to add some beef bones, which most people will say bones are an essential part of making Nihari, and they're not wrong, but I have to be honest with you. I went for years making Nihari without adding bones, and it was delicious. But I added them this time, and it turned out really good. Then we add enough water to cover the meat and the bones, and we're going to pressure cook this for 30 minutes. Another optional step is adding some fried onions into the Nihari, so I'm going to do that this time. I'm slicing a large white onion here, but I ended up only using half of it. And then you're just going to fry it until it's golden brown, and then you're going to stir it into the Nihari after it's done cooking. Then after 30 minutes, we're going to release the pressure and lift the lid, and I'm going to remove the bones that I added, and just make sure you get them all out. Now, some people like to eat the meat and suck the marrow off of the bones. I don't care for that, but I put them aside for whoever wants them. Then I'm going to remove some of the excess oil for presentation later to swirl on top of the Nihari, but you can just remove the excess oil and not add it back if you don't want all of that oil sitting on top. Now to make the Nihari thick, we need to make a flour slurry. This is 1 cup of flour that I mixed with 1 1/4 cup of room temperature water with a whisk until it was very smooth. If you have gluten allergy or sensitivity, in the comments, I'm going to explain how you can make the Nihari thick without having to use flour. So I'll provide a couple of options. So just continue to whisk it really well until it's this consistency right here. Now we add it to the Nihari while stirring it continuously to get it all incorporated. Now you'll see that the Nihari will be nice and thick and it's changed colors, and this is exactly what you want it to look like. You can see the consistency here. Now I've put the Instant Pot back on saute mode to allow it to simmer a bit, and I'm adding in those onions that I fried separately, and I'm going to stir them in. Then allow all of this to simmer for an additional 10 minutes at least. Now just for presentation, I've transferred the Nihari to this electric Dutch oven that I have to serve it out of. And I'm adding that oil that I saved on top. This is optional. And then I'm adding some cilantro, and I cut some ginger that I'm going to add on top as well. Then I also add some green chilies and lime, and then I cut a lot of these toppings and leave them off to the side for people to add to their individual bowls if they like. And look at how gorgeous this is. You can serve this with hot naan. I like it with rice also. And that is how you make